to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you a recipe that is made in different regions of India and called by different names too. In some places it's called as bholi, in some places as holige, and some places Puran Poli. And the version that I'm going to make today, it's going to be called Puran Poli, and that's from Gujarat. So without wasting any time, let's dive right in. To begin making the Puran Poli, you need to have a set of ingredients ready. First is the lentils. This is the stuffing for the Puran Poli. And I like to use a variety of different lentils every time I make them, like chana dal, moong dal or tur dal. I've pre-cooked them in the pressure cooker. You can see the link or the recipe of how to cook the lentils in the pressure cooker. The next ingredient is the dough, which acts as a covering for the stuffing for the Puran Poli, and this is made from whole wheat flour and it has to be firm. So now let's proceed to make the Puran Poli stuffing. To begin making the Puran Poli stuffing, I'm going to use a heavy bottom pan and turn on the heat. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of ghee into the pan. Allow the ghee to melt and add in the jaggery. Stir in the jaggery into the ghee and allow it to melt completely. Once the jaggery is melted completely, we'll add in the saffron strands, a few saffron strands, into the jaggery mixture itself, and the cooked lentils. Stir in the cooked lentils well into the ghee and jaggery mixture. We have to mash the lentils really fine. So I'm going to use a potato masher to mash the lentils into the ghee until it is nice and smooth. Notice that after 10 minutes of stirring continuously, that the dal and the jaggery mixture has thickened and is coming away from the sides of the pan very smoothly. Now, for instance, that if your dal contained a lot more water than you expected, then you can add a little bit of gram flour into this mixture and stir it. So that's a quick thickening agent. It doesn't alter the taste, but also helps you to process the Puran Poli mixture really quickly. So that's a tip that you must use, because a lot of times it's hard to tell how much water remains in the lentils after it's cooked. Our next step is to add in another most important ingredient, and that's the pounded cardamom powder. You can add other spices as well, like nutmeg, that is also known as jaifal, to this Puran Poli that most people do add. But I like cardamom, and so does my family. So stir in the pounded cardamom well in. Now that you've added the cardamom powder, we can turn off the heat and allow the Puran Poli mixture to cool completely. So only after the mixture is cooled completely can we go ahead and stuff it into the dough to make the Puran Poli. We'll flatten the dough in the palm of your hand and dust it in flour. We'll roll the dough out into thin circles. Keep dusting it in flour so it doesn't stick to your platform, and you can roll out a smooth and even dough. Once we have both the doughs rolled out, I'm going to place the filling, the Puran filling, onto one of the rolled out dough and spread it evenly around the sides. Once the filling is spread evenly, I'm going to take the other rolled out dough and place it over this filling. Pinch the edges to press it down and seal the Puran Poli completely. Now I like to cut the excess dough around the edges using a knife, so we don't have some uncooked dough when we are actually cooking the Puran Poli, and we just have the filled Puran Poli. So that's it. Now that we have got the stuffing ready, I'm going to place it on the preheated skillet. I'm using an iron skillet, and we have to cook the Puran Poli in ghee. That adds an additional flavor to the Puran Poli. So let's just first cook one side for a couple of seconds and flip it over. Notice that it started forming brown spots. At this stage, I'm going to drizzle some ghee, spread it, and flip it over once again. And we'll drizzle just a little more ghee on the other side. Turn the heat to low and cook the Puran Poli until you notice all the dough is completely cooked and lightly browned, and the Puran Poli is also lightly crisp. A lot of times, many people don't cook the Puran Poli in ghee and they just cook it dry and just leave it, and probably add ghee just when serving it. But I like adding ghee and cooking it too, because it adds an additional crunch and gives a delicious taste too. That the Puran Poli is cooked and browned well on both the sides. This means the Puran Poli is cooked. So we can proceed and take it out of the pan and proceed to make the remaining Puran Polis. Don't you think making the Puran Polis was really simple? It's one of our favorite dishes at home. Do give this recipe a try in your kitchen. When you do, don't forget to give your feedback in the comments below. Until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.